Hi guys, I'm Julian from Kulalu, and today I'm going to show you how to make reins for a hobby horse. Reins are an important detail on a hobby horse to make it look more realistic, and of course they are essential for riding and jumping. We'll go through 3 different DIY options. First, I'm going to show you how to make reins from leather for a bridle. Second, I show you how to make reins from bag webbing that you can put on a halter. And the third options are reins made from rope. Each version is pretty easy to make and you can choose which one works best for your hobby horse. Before we get started, one quick note. In the real horse world, reins belong to a bridle, not a halter. A halter like this is usually used with a lead rope. But with hobby horses, honestly, anything is possible. And if you like the look of reins on a halter like that, that's totally fine. Your hobby horse, your rules. Alright, so let's get started. First, I show you how to make classic reins for a hobby horse bridle using leather or synthetic leather. I start by showing what you need for the reins. First of all, you need leather or synthetic leather. In theory, you could also use craft foam or any other material that can be cut easily, is flexible, and doesn't fray. I'm using the synthetic leather from our bridle DIY kit. This kit includes everything you need to make a hobby horse bridle. The included leather is double-sided PU leather, so a synthetic leather that looks nice on both sides. That's especially practical for reins because real leather is rough on the back, and you would see that on the reins. In addition to the black leather, we also offer the same kits with the beautiful brown leather. Each leather piece measures 4 by 53 inches or 10 by 135 centimeters. This allows you to cut long strips for the reins, but also ergonomically shaped head pieces or brow bands. If you're only making reins, you could also use ready-made leather strips. In that case, I recommend strips that are no wider than 5/8 of an inch or 1.5 centimeters. For attaching the reins to the bridle, you'll also need snap hooks, specifically the ones with the D-shaped eye, so the leather can be threaded through easily. Now I'll start by marking my strip for the reins on the leather. I recommend a width between 3/8 of an inch and 5/8 of an inch, or between 1 and 1.5 centimeters. That's the range where the reins look best on a hobby horse. To do this, I place a ruler on the leather, measure the width, and then draw a 35 inches or 90 centimeter long strip. For marking on black leather, I like to use a white fabric marker. You can also use a chalk marker, like the ones used in window marker kits for painting winter designs on windows. Both work really well because they can be wiped off the leather with water. That way you can mark everything clearly and remove the lines later, without leaving marks on the finished bridle. For brown leather, I usually use a blue washable fabric marker. This can also be wiped off easily later with a cloth or paper towel. I link the markers I like to use in the video description. As mentioned before, the full strip should be 35 inches or 90 centimeters long. Once I've marked everything, I cut the strip using sharp fabric scissors. For synthetic leather, I prefer fabric scissors because they are very sharp and leave the cleanest edge. Depending on the material you're using, you could also use a rotary cutter or a utility knife. Just be careful not to cut yourself. Once you've cut your strip, you can trim both ends into a point. This is purely for looks. I personally really like this detail on reins, so I usually add the pointed ends. Now I take my snap hook with the D-shaped eye and thread one end of the strip through it. I apply a little glue to the end of the leather and form a loop that's about 1 1/4 inches or 3 centimeters long. Glue is the fastest and easiest option here. For a more realistic look, you can also secure the loop with a rivet. To do this, form the same loop and use a rotary punch to punch a hole through both layers of leather. You can also use the tools that come with the rivet kit to punch the hole. Then insert the rivet post through the holes, place the cap on top, and secure it using the tool that usually comes with the rivet kits. I've linked suitable rivet kits in the video description. A third option for attaching the snap hook is to sew the loop closed with a sewing machine. This is basically the same method used for the webbing reins in the next chapter. Once your reins are finished, you can simply clip them onto the bit rings of your bridle. At this point, the reins are technically done. However, if you like, you can now add martingale stoppers for a bit more realistic look and extra function. These are small straps that are attached across the reins. Later, they hold the rings of a martingale in place. A martingale is an auxiliary rein and used to guide a horse. To prevent the martingale rings from sliding down or hanging too low, these stoppers are added so the rings stay in position on the reins, closer to the horse's head. For the martingale stoppers, you need 4 leather strips, each about 2 inches or 5 centimeters long, and 1/4 of an inch or 0.7 centimeters wide. I usually use leftover pieces from the leather strips from the reins. Those strips are 5/8 of an inch or 1.5 centimeters wide, so I simply cut them in half lengthwise. That gives me small strips that are the perfect size for martingale stoppers. Next, I apply a little glue to the center of one of these small strips. Then I glue it vertically onto the rein, about 2 inches or 4 to 5 centimeters below the end of the rein where the snap hook is attached. Then I take a second strip and cover it completely with glue. I place it exactly on top of the first strip, but on the back side of the rein, so the rein strap itself is sandwiched in between. Once the glue has dried, I trim the ends of the glued strips into points. And that's it, the martingale stoppers are finished. Here you can see how they prevent the martingale rings from sliding down. Next, I show you how to make hobby horse reins using bag webbing. This version is very sturdy, works nice with halters, and the cool thing is there are much more color options than with using traditional leather. The bag webbing I'm using in this tutorial comes directly from one of our halter DIY kits. Each halter DIY kit includes 2 different colors of bag webbing, so you can choose whether you want matching reins or a fun color combination. We like to use bag webbing made from polypropylene for the halter and matching reins. It's strong, easy to sew, and very durable. Another advantage is that you can carefully seal the cut ends with a lighter to prevent fraying. That's why we use this type of material for both the bag webbing and the ropes in our hobby horse halter DIY kits. If you prefer cotton webbing instead, that works too. However, in that case, make sure to serge or zigzag the ends after cutting so they don't unravel. You could also use a classic ribbon for this, although the reins will not be as sturdy as with the bag webbing. To make the reins, I cut the bag webbing to a length of 35 inches, which is about 90 centimeters. Because my bag webbing is made from polypropylene, I can carefully seal the ends with a lighter. If you are a minor and using the same material, please ask an adult for help with this step. Now I show you the first way to attach the snap hooks. For this method, I'm using hot glue. Regular glue doesn't work very well on this type of bag webbing, but hot glue holds nicely and sets quickly. I thread one end of the webbing through the snap hook and fold it back to form a small loop. Then I carefully apply hot glue inside the loop and press it together firmly. Make sure to let the glue cool completely before moving on. This method is quick and works really well, especially if you don't want to sew. However, for extra durability, I recommend securing the loops with a sewing machine. For the sewn version, I again thread the webbing through the snap hook and fold it back to create a loop. Then I secure the loop with a fabric clip or pin and stitch across the loop several times using a straight stitch. Sewing the loop makes the reins especially strong and long-lasting, which is ideal if the hobby horse is used a lot. Once both snap hooks are attached, your reins are finished. You can now clip them onto the rings of your bridle or halter. Next, I show you how to make hobby horse reins using a rope and a hangman's knot. This version works especially well with rope halters, but can also be attached to any other halter or bridle. For making the reins, we recommend using polypropylene rope or paracord with a diameter of about 4 mm. This type of rope is sturdy, soft, and easy to handle, and it comes in lots of bright colors and patterns. For this tutorial, I'm using one of the ropes that comes with our halter DIY kits. I'll also use 2 snap hooks with a round eye from the same halter DIY kit. Compared to snap hooks with a D-shaped eye, the round eye works much better for attaching rope and creates a more finished look, because the rope doesn't shift around inside the eye. To start, cut a piece of rope that's about 60 inches long, which is roughly 150 centimeters. Once both ends are knotted with a hangman's knot, this length will give you reins that are about 30 to 35 inches long, or around 75 to 90 centimeters. If you're using polypropylene rope like I do, you can carefully seal both cut ends with a lighter to prevent fraying. If you're a minor, please ask an adult for help with this step. Now slide one snap hook with a round eye onto the rope. Position it about 16 inches or 40 centimeters from one end. To keep everything in place for the next step, use a sewing pin or clip to hold the 2 rope strands together just below the snap hook. Next, we'll form a loop. Lay both rope strands straight down from the snap hook. After about 3 inches or 8 centimeters, bend the shorter end back upward to create a small loop that runs toward the snap hook. Now hold all 3 rope sections together just below the snap hook. With your other hand, start wrapping the short end tightly around all 3 strands, beginning right under the snap hook. Keep wrapping until about 2 inches or 5 centimeters of the short end remain. At this point, you should see a small loop sticking out at the bottom. This loop should be about 1 to 2 inches or 4 to 5 centimeters long. Take the remaining short end and thread it through this small lower loop. Then hold the short end and the long rope with your fingers and use your other hand to push the wrapped section toward them. As you push, the lower loop will shrink and pull the rope end inside the wrap, locking everything securely in place. Continue pushing until the knot feels really tight. Now adjust the upper loop where the snap hook sits by pulling on the long rope. A loop height of about half an inch to 1 inch, which is 2 to 3 centimeters, looks neat and holds well. Repeat the same steps on the other end of the rope to attach the second snap hook. Once both snap hooks are attached, your rope reins are finished. You can now clip them into the side rings of your halter. If you're using a rope halter, clip them into the 2 loops hanging down under the chin instead. You can either attach both hooks to both loops at the same time or clip one hook into each loop. Whatever works best for you. And that's it, your reins are done. I hope this gave you a good overview and made it easier to choose the version that works best for you. Have fun crafting and enjoy riding your hobby horse. See you next time. Bye!